Hello, and welcome to another episode of 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me to give out this memorial of Robbie Roper, born 2003, died just over this holiday weekend. He was a local here in Roswell, Georgia, and we just want to give a few moments to really talk about him, his story, and just give out some shout out to a talented young man who was gone way too soon that is a local guy. So joining me is our host, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, Mr. Landers?
Hey, what's going on, Jeremiah? You mentioned, man, this was a very tragic story. Occurred right before Christmas, and I mean, gone way too soon. Just 18 years old, senior in high school. Robbie Roper, man, this came out of nowhere. He just finished off his senior season for Roswell High School, going to get some shoulder surgery, get some things touched up, and he had some complications during that, and unfortunately, it led to him passing away just a few days ago, this past week, right before Christmas. And it's really rocked the high school football community, of course, in Roswell, but really all across the state of Georgia, because this guy was super talented. Like you said, his whole life was ahead of him, Jeremiah. He was 18 years old, about to head off to college. He had a couple of offers from Massachusetts, Morehead State, Morgan State, and also Western Carolina. So he was being looked at to go to college, to go on a scholarship, and to play to further his football career. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that pan out. And it was just, whenever I saw the news, I had to read it a couple of times because, I mean, it was just a basic shoulder surgery. You would have never, athletes get that every single day, every single hour. And, just the complications from it, just, he wasn't able to pull through, unfortunately. But I will say, though, that Mr. Roper was a very talented individual at Roswell High School, played there for 2 years, and he led his team to a very good winning record. Had everything I've seen about this young man, whether it's, from the media, from his teammates, from his coaches, they said that, he was a great player on the field, of course, but they all spoke about how just caring, how mature, and how just a great of a person he was off the field. I saw a video of him reading to small children a children's book, helping out in the community, being just a very friendly person. And it seemed like everyone who knew him or knew of him only had great things to say, and that he was well liked by all of his peers and all of his parents, all of the teachers, all of the coaches. And it's just a shame that this man's young life was cut way too short. I found a tweet here from his coach, Chris Pruitt. I'll read a statement here. He coached at Roper at Roswell High School, told the AJC that Roper was undergoing a routine procedure after being hospitalized this previous Sunday. Quote says, "Robbie did everything in life with a contagious, positive, and energetic attitude that will be missed by all who knew him." Pruitt told the newspaper, "Robbie fought hard and battled until the very end like he did everything else. He was Roswell High to a 10-3 record this past season, final top 10 ranking in Georgia's Class 7A, threw for over 3,000 yards and 37 touchdowns, man." Pruitt said he was heartbroken on Wednesday in a Twitter post, and then he says, "Heartbroken is a gross understatement. Robbie was a fantastic young man and a fighter all the way through. You'll be missed in so many ways. Prayers to this grieving family and the community." Also, in that another Twitter post, he also said here that he's tried to put in the words how this feels and how much of an impact this young man had on myself and our program. "I've been fortunate enough to know Robbie for close to 2 years. I remember the random I remember the random conversations walking through the field house. I remember talking about coverages, blitzes, etc. I remember hearing your plans about your future and being so excited to see you achieve your dreams. I remember your jokes during practices. What people won't see is the endless amount of work you would do behind the scenes to get ready for games and practices, the hours watching film, the time you spent with the younger quarterbacks, the times you read to elementary school students and spent time talking with the youth football players. Our program is forever changed, and I'll make sure that your story lives on through these stories. You're taken from this world way too soon. Walking by your locker will never be the same, and I'm glad you're in a better place and in perfect health with the ultimate healer. I will make sure I hug my girls a little tighter and love on our players a little bit more. Hashtag LL5. A tweet here also from the Atlanta Falcons. They reached out and they also released a statement saying that football is family and we are saddened by the passing of one of our local high school football family members, Robbie Roper. It is clear the impact Robbie has had on so many in the Roswell community and beyond, from family and friends to teammates and classmates, and so many more. May he rest in peace, and we keep his family, friends, and all those mourning his loss in our prayers. So, just like I said earlier, the outpour from everyone who knew this young man seemed to that he had an infectious heart, that he was a good person, and he had a good career at Roswell High School. And it's just a shame. It really is that, for one, we're not going to see this played out on the college field. And also that at 18, we lost someone way, way too soon. Jeremiah, do you have any thoughts on this?
They're done mute. Yeah. It's one of those things, as a local, and to see something like this just get stripped away from, such a talented young man, it just reminds us, to keep those that we love as close to us as we can, to enjoy every moment that we can, and to just work for every moment that we can in all of our pursuits, whether it's in our business lives, in our personal lives, in our sports and athletic lives. Just live every moment that you can as far as you can, like this young man did. He had a great future ahead of him, and we really, send out everything to his friends and family. We love all of our locals. We love all of our stars. And we really wanted to see him keep going, on into college and on into the NFL. So, all of your friends and family are in our thoughts and prayers. And we really give it out to you during this time. So for everybody here at the family at 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio, we just want to give one more shout out to Robbie Roper, to his entire family, to all of his friends and everyone that knew him, and everyone in the high school, college, and NFL programs who may have either lost someone over this holiday or who is away from the people that they love during this holiday. Everyone, we really appreciate you, and we thank you so much for joining us for this, memorandum for Mr. Robbie Roper. You'll be in our thoughts and prayers, and we'll keep thinking about everyone here at 100 Yards of Football. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be back with another live episode.